Alright, welcome back to another game of On-Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp, and I am the designer and creator of On-Base. In this game, we're going to continue our 2022 Braves Instant Replay using the updated ZiPS projections. Excuse me. And in this game, we have Miami at Atlanta. This was played on May 27th of 2022. And let's just go ahead and get into it. If you're unfamiliar with this, we're just replaying the 2022 Braves season just after the games have been played. We're replaying the first game of each series. So not every game, but the first game of each series. And in this game for the Marlins, we have Birdie at second base leading off, and then Cooper at DH, Soler in left, Joey Wendell at third, Aguilar at first, Brian Anderson in right, Stallings catching, Jesus Sanchez in center, and Miggy Rojas, which I think I have too many S's there, just one S. Miguel Rojas at short. Pitching for the Marlins is going to be Trevor Rogers, the lefty. And for the Braves, it'll be Swanson at short, Albies at second, Ozuna in left, Riley at third, d'Arnaud catching and hitting fifth, Olsen dropping down to the sixth spot. Contreras, the young catcher, is going to be DHing in this game. Adam Duvall in center, and then Travis Demerit in right field. You can see that we have our updated batting runs numbers and our speed ratings and our defensive ratings as well. Both of these teams really average to below average, the teams that they're putting on the field. As far as defensively, going for the Braves is going to be Ian Anderson, the tall young right-hander. Hard to remember that he's still only 23 years old. Same with Trevor Rogers, is two of the best young arms in the game. And I'm expecting a pretty good pitching matchup. Both of them are going to be pitching out of this second column here. So 429 FIP for Anderson, 417 for Rogers, almost the same number of batters faced. And so let's get this one started. It's going to be Birdie, Cooper, and Soler facing off against Ian Anderson in the top of the first. That's a 2-3, and a 2-3 to a 7 is going to be a ground out with an error check. So that's a grounder to d'Arnaud. Little roller out in front of the plate that d'Arnaud jumps on, and no error on the play, so he goes 2-3 on the put out. That'll be out number one. Here's a 4-6 to a 14. 4-6 to a 14 is going to be a double play or a strikeout, and he gets the strikeout swing. That's strikeout number one for Anderson as he drops the changeup on him. That's a 2-4, going to be the same thing, to a 16, 2-4 to a 16 would be a double play or a strikeout. And this time Anderson puts that curveball on him, and there's no swing. So 1, 2, 3 go the fresh fish in the top of the first inning. And it's going to be Swanson, Albies, and Ozuna facing off against the lefty, Trevor Rogers. 5-6 to a 9 is going to be a strikeout, and Swanson goes down swinging. Ozzy Albies up now, 2-6 to a 7. 2-6 to a 7 is going to be a ground out. That's going to be a grounder to the second baseman, and the second baseman, Birdie, makes the play, gets it over to Aguilar for out number 2. There's a 1-3 to Ozuna. A 1-3 to Ozuna, who is a 1, is going to be another ground out, and this time is to the shortstop. So we're going to go 6-3 on the put out. Rojas to Aguilar, and the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the first. Top of the second inning now, it's going to be Wendell, Aguilar, and Anderson facing off against Anderson. 3-5 to Joey Wendell, who is a 5. That's going to be another strikeout, this time looking. So 3 strikeouts early for Anderson. And here's a 5-6 to a 6. 5-6 to a 6, another strikeout. Another one looking. They are not expecting the changeup. This is going to be out number 2. That should be out number 1. And here's a 3-4. 3-4 to Anderson. Could be trouble. And he's a 10. So this is going to be a home run check. Home run or a strikeout. Excuse me. If the D9 is an 8, it's a strikeout. Otherwise, 1 to 7, it's a home run. We have a 1. And that's going to be a solo bomb. As Brian Anderson tags Ian Anderson for the solo shot. And the Marlins take a 1-0 lead on the Braves. Brings up Jacob Stallings. Here's a 2-6. 2-6 to a -7. Is going to be a grounder to first base. No issue for Olson. He's going to take it unassisted to first for the 3rd out. But Miami does get 1 on the Brian Anderson home run. And that's going to bring up Riley, d'Arnaud, and Olson in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And they'll be facing off against Trevor Rogers. It's a 1-4 to Riley. A 1-4 to Riley is going to be a single. So base knock for Austin Riley. And here's a 1-4 to d'Arnaud. And a 1-4 to d'Arnaud. Not going to be a base hit. That's for the better players. But for d'Arnaud, it's a hit by pitch or a walk if the hit by pitch if it's a 1 on the D9. Otherwise, it's a walk, and that's going to be a walk there. So d'Arnaud is at first. That's going to move the runner along to second base. And runners at first and second now with nobody out. Brings up Matty Olson. Here's a 3-6. Olson's been struggling since that first couple of weeks of the year. Still projected to be a 30-plus player for his batting runs, but I mean, he's still taking walks and doubles like crazy. Here's a 3-6. 3-6 to a 33 is going to be a fly ball. That's a fly out to center field. Not good wheels on the bases here, so we're just going to keep them at first and second. Here's a 2-6 to a 13. 2-6 to a 13 is going to be a base hit, and that's going to be with an error check. So let's check the error. It's a base hit up the middle. So base knock up the middle, and it's going to push our runners along. It's going to be aggressive. We have 1 out, and we'll have runners at first and second if he gets thrown out. Let's go ahead and try to score Riley from third. We're going to roll, and on the D9, if it's 1 to 5, he's safe. 6 to 9, he's out. And he gets thrown out at the plate from center field. So that's going to be, we're going to go 8-2 on the put out. So that's out number 2. As Riley tries to score, and he gets thrown out at home. Brings up Adam Duvall. Here's a 2-4 to a 13. 2-4 to a 13, or I'm sorry, a -13. It's wishful thinking. That's going to be a strikeout. And Rogers gets out of that mess of a jam. Having given up no runs, Braves tried to push one in, and Riley gets caught going home. So second to home, and he is out. So that brings us to the top of the 3rd inning. It'll be Sanchez, Rojas, and then back to the top of the order with Birdie. Miami is up 1-0 on the Braves in this instant replay game. They're facing off against Ian Anderson. That's a 2-3. 2-3 to a 4 is going to be a ground out with an error check. So grounder to Swanson at short, and he is up with it and over to Olson, no problem. That's out number 1. There's a 1-5 to a -5. So we check here. 1-5 to a -5 is going to be a single. So base hit for Miguel Rojas. He always seems to come up big against the Braves. Rojas at first, and that brings up John Birdie. Birdie grounded out to the catcher for the first out of the ball game. There's a 5-5. 5-5 to a 7 is going to be a strikeout. Oh, I'm sorry. It's a line out or a foul out if it D9 is a 6 or more. And it's not. That's a line drive to the second baseman. So we go L4. That's going to be out number 2. Runner holds at first base, and Garrett Cooper to the plate. Cooper has had a really good start to his season. He's at 14 batting runs. 5-5 to a 14 is a line out or pop out. If it's a 7 or greater on the D9, it is. So we're just going to say well, we do that just like we do ground balls. We'll do a pop out to, let's say, 4P4. So for the pop out, foul outs, I usually do just a generic foul out. Doesn't matter where it goes to. Pop outs, I usually do just like I do ground balls. So an 8 goes to 4. All right, so that is going to be it for Miami. They do get one hit, strand one, but they don't score. And so we head to the bottom of the third. It's going to be the Braves. Bottom of the order, Demerit, and then back to the top with Swanson and Albies. There's a 1-5 to Demerit, who's a -4. And that's going to be a single. So Travis with a knock. There's a 1-6 to Swanson. There's going to be a fly out, but it's going to be an advance. So a fly out to deep left field. Tracking it down is the left fielder Soler in the corner. And tagging up at first, excuse me, is Demerit. And he's going to make it into second base on the fly out. So there's a 3-6 to Ozzie Albies. 3-6 to a 7 is going to be a fly ball. This is to center field. And we'll keep the runner at second base. See if Ozuna can knock him in. It's a 2-5 to a 1. Will be a fly out to left field. Testing Soler in left field. He makes the play. A couple of putouts out there for Soler. And that's going to be the end of the inning. The Braves do get a runner to second base, but they can't get him in. And we head to the top of the fourth inning. It's 1-0 Miami over Atlanta. It will be the heart of the order, Soler, Wendell, and Aguilar against Ian Anderson. Here's a 5-5 to 16 is going to be a line out or a pop out. It's going to be a pop out to the first baseman, so he pops it up to first. And Olsen puts it away for out number 1. That's a 4-5 to a 5. 4-5 to a 5 is going to be a fly ball to left center field. Ozuna out there in this game, and he tracks it down. Yeah, that'll be 2 down now. Here's a 3-6 to Aguilar. Jesus Aguilar struck out looking his first time up. Here's a 3-6 to a 6. And that's going to be a fly ball to left center field as well. On his horse is Ozuna. Getting tired out there running them down, but 3 up, 3 down, go the fish. And it's going to be to the bottom of the fourth inning. It'll be Riley, Darno, and Olsen. So numbers 4, 5, and 6. They'll be facing off against Trevor Rogers. There's a 1-2 to Riley. That's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. And Rojas over to Sanchez for out number 1. There's a 2-5 to the catcher. Darno, he is a 0. And so that's going to be a fly ball to center field. Let's do an error check. No error on the play. As Jesus Sanchez makes the play, and it's going to be 2 down now. With Matty Olson coming to the plate, he flied out to center field, his first at bat. That's a 6-6. 6-6 to a 33 is going to be a base knock. So Matt Olson goes the other way with it into left center field, and he's on at first. Brings up Contreras. Contreras, a nice surprise for the Braves. He's 1 for 1 in this game with a single on his last at bat. That's a 1-5 to a 13. 1-5 to a 13 would be a ground ball to second base. Easy play there for the second baseman Birdie, and he's over to first for the putout, and that's out number 3. The Braves do get one on. They strand them at first base, and the game, good pitching matchup that we expected. Still tied the Miami's up 1-0, and the only man who has accounted for any runs in this ball game is Anderson. He'll be leading off the inning, and then Stallings and Sanchez still against Ian Anderson, who's pitching well. So is Trevor Rogers. Here's a 3-5 to a 10. 3-5 to a 10 is going to be a strikeout. So Ian Anderson wins the battle of the Andersons in this one. And it's going to bring up Jacob Stallings. He grounded out to third in his first at bat. There's 2-6. 2-6 to a -7 is going to be a ground ball right back to the pitcher. Anderson fields it over to first, and that's going to be out number 2. Brings up Jesus Sanchez. Here's a 1-4 to a 4. 1-4 to a 4, I believe, is going to be a walk. It is. So Sanchez gets aboard with 2 outs, and that brings up Miggy Rojas, who is 1-for-1 in the game. It's a 3-6 to a -5, which is a strikeout, and Anderson gets him looking. Can't pull the trigger on that changeup, and so Miami goes down again, scoreless in the top of the 5th. They do get 1 runner on, and can't move them around. So we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's going to be the bottom of the order, Duvall, Demerit, and then back to the top with Swanson. There's a 1-4 to a -13, and Duvall is going to get on base with a walk. And let's go ahead and try to steal with Duvall. He's got a 7 speed rating, so pretty good speed on the base paths. And let's see if we can get something going. So a 1-7 on the D9, he will be safe. 8 or 9, he will be out. And he is going to be safe with the stolen base. And so a runner at second base now with nobody out, and Travis Demerit is up. That's a 1-5 to a -4. 1-5 to a -4 is going to be a base knock. And we're going to go and try to score that run and tie up the ball game. Ron Washington being aggressive in this game. Again, 1-7, he's going to be safe. And it's a 3, and he is going to be safe at home on the single. So the aggressiveness pays off, and that's an RBI single for Travis Demerit. And that ties the ball game at 1 apiece. It'll bring up Swanson. Albies, Swanson is next, and got a runner at first base. Here's a 1-5 to a 9. Swanson's been playing well. That's going to be another base knock. This time down the right field line. And let's go ahead and just push him to first base as the right fielder Anderson gets to the ball quickly. And 2 on now. Nobody out. 1 in already for the Braves, and they have the dangerous part of the lineup, Albies, Ozuna, and Riley coming up. There's a 2-3. 2-3 is going to be a ground out with an error check. So this is a ground ball to second base. Let's check the error first. Possible error. Birdie is a plus defender, so no error there. And so we're going to assume the out at second base. So that's going to be out number 1. And let's check. Tough to double up Albies, who's a 6. So if it's a 1-6, he's safe at first. Otherwise, he's out. And he just beats it out at first base. So that's going to be a 4-6 fielder's choice. That pushes Demerit over to third base on the fielder's choice. And we have runners at the corners with only 1 out. And Marcell Ozuna to the plate. A 1-2. 1-2 is going to be a ground out to the third baseman. Only 1 play. It's a little tapper down the line that the third baseman Wendell comes in hard on, and he will make the play over to first base, but that's going to push the runner to second base. That's going to score the run from third, and that's going to be an RBI single or RBI ground out for Ozuna, and the Braves take a 2-1 lead. Here's Austin Riley, who has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs now. 1-6 can be a fly ball with an advancement. Doesn't really matter with 2 outs. So it's going to be a fly out to the center fielder who ranges over. That's Sanchez. He makes a play in right center field. The Braves do get 2 that inning, and they take a 2-1 lead as we head to the top of the 6th inning. It's going to be, might be it for Trevor Rogers. We'll see. He's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So he's technically passed here, and we'll see what to do with him in the next inning. We'll see what the Marlins do here. Okay, so they're facing off against Anderson. And coming back to the top of the order, Birdie, Cooper, and Soler. Birdie, Cooper, and Soler. There we go. 1-2. 1-2 to a 7 is going to be a ground out. That's going to be to Swanson, who ranges to his left. Easy scoop, easy throw, and Birdie is out by a step at first base. Brings up Cooper. It's a 1-6. That's going to be a fly ball down the left field line. Here comes Ozuna. Right on the line. He makes the play, and that's out number 2. And here's a 2-2. Could be trouble with Soler. A 2-2 is going to be a double off of Anderson's column. So Soler tattoos one to left field over the left fielder Ozuna, and it hits at the base of the wall, and Soler cruises into second base. Brings up Wendell in a run scoring situation. Here's a 2-5 to a 5, and that's going to be a fly ball to right center field. And Demerit is the right fielder. He's a minus defender, so let's see. And that is going to be an error. So he gets there, but he can't squeeze it, and that's going to be an E9, and that's going to, with 2 outs, that's actually going to score the run from third base. We're going to just, that's how it would normally happen. No RBI on the play. The runner would definitely be going on a fly ball and would definitely score. So we're just going to use our common sense there and score that run. So it's going to be 2-2 now is our score. Good tight one here, and it's going to be Jesus Aguilar. He has struck out and flied out in his 2 at-bats. There's a 3-5 to a 6. 3-5 to a 6 is a strikeout. So Anderson gets him swinging, and the Marlins put up 1. They tie the score at 2. They've got a home run from Anderson, and then they have an unearned run here on a drop fly ball, Travis Demerit's way. The Braves have 2 runs. They got a run on an RBI single from Demerit and an RBI ground out from Ozuna. Let's go ahead and switch the Miami pitcher. I've got Miami already pulled up here, and let's go with Anthony Bass. How about that? Bass, the right-hander, and he's got a 348. FIP. He can go 4 batters, and so we're going to get a change right here. Anderson, for what it's worth, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, can go out 1 more inning without having to drop a column, and we'll see if the Braves pull ahead here. Let's just see how this inning plays out. Travis d'Arnaud is the catcher, and he'll be batting first in this inning, then Olsen, and then Contreras, the DH. d'Arnaud is 0 for 1 with a walk. That's a 5-6 to a 0. Oh, it's worth noting that Bass is pitching out of this first column. So a 5-6 is going to be an automatic strikeout, and Bass gets d'Arnaud. There's a 2-6. 2-6 is also going to be a strikeout, and he comes in and is throwing gas, and he gets Olsen. There's a 4-5. 4-5 to a 13 could be trouble. That's going to be a base knock. And so that's 2 hits on the day now for Contreras, the young catcher. He's 2 for 3. And that brings up Duvall, the previously dangerous Adam Duvall, but rendered pretty helpless this year. So a 1-3 to a -13 is going to be a ground ball right to the first baseman. And I'm going to go 3-1 on the putout. Sharing is caring. And the Braves go down. They cannot come through, as they do get 1 runner on with 2 outs, but can't move them around. Let's go ahead and find a new pitcher for the Braves as well. Since we have our pitching all set up here, we're in the 7th inning, so 7th inning, tight ball game. Who do we go with? AJ Minter. So let's bring in the lefty. 189 FIP, and he can go 4 batters on average, and so we have a new pitcher here. Anderson pitched well, so did Rogers. Both gave up 2 runs in this game. Neither is going to figure into the decision, but good starts nonetheless. So he goes Rogers goes 5. And Anderson goes 6. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, so we have Anderson, Stallings, and Sanchez. Anderson 1 for 2 with a home run. There's a 1-4 to a 10. 1-4 to a 10 is going to be a base knock. So 2 for 3 now is Anderson. Anderson with good speed. Not amazing speed. Let's go and try to steal with him anyway. It's Miami. I'm playing with house money. So 1 to 6, he's going to be safe. Otherwise, he is caught stealing and he is out at second base. Try to sneak one in there, and that's going to be out number 1. Jacob Stallings is a -7 batting runs. Here's a 2-6. 2-6 going to be a K. And that's going to be a strikeout swing as Minter throws it by him. And that will bring up Jesus Sanchez. 6-6 to Sanchez, who is a 4. That's going to be a long single. A long single means if he has a speed of 6 or greater, then he turns it into a hustle double, and all runners advance 1 extra base. But as it is, his speed is only a 5, so he's going to stay at first base. And that brings up Miggy Rojas, who is 1 for 2. There's a 5-6, and right off the pitcher column, Minter gets another K, this time on that down and in slider, and that's going to be 3 outs. So Miami gets a couple of hits in the inning, can't get anyone around, and the game is still tied at 2. Minter and Bass both coming in and performing admirably. We're going to need to change the Miami pitcher. In fact, we're going to have to change both pitchers as they reach their limits here. Let's see, Miami's got who do they got? Cole Sulser. How about that? Cole Sulser. I don't know what side he throws from. He's got a 356 fifth though, and can also go 4. He reached his limit. Minter has reached his limit as well. And I guess technically Anderson did. Okay, so we got Cole Sulser, and let's see if I have his. I have him here. I don't have him here. He didn't get into the actual game, so I don't have his handedness. But we're going to go with it, and he's going to be facing off against the bottom of the order. It's going to be Demerit, Swanson, and Albies. Demerit is a -4, not really needing to pinch hit for him or anything, so let's go with it. A 6-6. Sulser's going to be pitching out of this column here. He's just barely into it, a 3-5-6. And Buddy is in the second column for pitchers. A 6-6 to a -4. And that's going to be a long single. Doesn't matter. Demerit doesn't have great speed, just average. And he'll be at first base. Brings up Dansby Swanson. Swanson singled in his last at bat. That's a 1-5. 1-5 to a 9. And a 1-5 to a 9 is going to be a base hit. So Dansby, the single, and all the runners move up. So 2 on now with nobody out, and that's going to be Ozzie Albies. Albies to the plate. The still dangerous Ozzie Albies, but he's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Here's a 3-6 to a 7, and we're pitching here, not here. So 3-6 is going to go to the batter, and a 3-6 to a 7 will be a fly ball to center field for out number 1. And Ozuna is up. He had an RBI ground out in his last at bat. He's going to ground out again. A 2-3 to a 1 will be a ground out with an error check. So he's grounded to the second baseman, Birdie. No error on the play. And because there's no error, we're going to go ahead and take that out at second base. So he goes to Rojas for out number 1, and let's roll against Ozuna's speed. He's at 5, and he just legs it out at first base and so we go 4-6 again. That's going to move the runner over to third base, and the inning is still alive. Let's see if not turning that comes back to bite him. Here's a 2-3. 2-3 is going to be a ground out for Riley, who's a 24, and that's a ground out with an error check. So we'll check the error at first base. Aguilar makes the play, and he flips to the pitcher covering for out number 2. 1? No, that's out number 3. Okay. All right, and the inning is over. Lots of traffic on the bases, but the Braves can't get anyone in. As we head to the top of the 8th inning, still tied at 2. Sulcer came in and did a good job. We're going to have to get a new pitcher for the Braves. So let's go ahead and see who we can bring in for Atlanta. Who do we have here? How about a... we don't have Matic. Darren O'Day or Colin McHugh. Let's go with Colin McHugh. The righty that they picked up from as a free agent. Made his living pitching for the Astros for so many years. Devastating slider he's got, and has been a good pitcher, especially in tough situations for the Braves this year. He'll be facing off against Birdie, Cooper, and Soler. So top of the order for Miami. Tie ball game going to the top of the 8th inning. Here's a 2-3, and McHugh's going to be pitching out of this first column, by the way. 2-3 to a 7 is going to be a grounder to first base. Let's do an error check on Olsen. No error. So we'll go 3-1 because sharing is caring. And it's going to bring up Cooper. Here's a 5-6. 5-6 is going to be a strikeout right out of McHugh's column. And so that's the slider right there. He gets him on the right-handed batter. Brings up Jorge Soler. 4-5 to Soler is going to be big trouble. 4-5 to a 16 is a knock. And that's going to be a base hit to left field as he gets it between the shortstop and the third baseman. Runner at first now with Wendell to the plate. Wendell is 0 for 3. He's shown an error in his last at bat. Here's a 3-3 to a 5. That's just going to be held to a single. Normally that would have been a home run, so you can see how the better pitcher holds that back. So base hit there, and Soler station to station most of the time, so he's going to be held there on the base hit to left. Aguilar. Aguilar's 0 for 3. Here's a 4-6. 4-6 to Aguilar, who is a 6. Is going to be a double play or a strikeout. With 2 outs, we're going to take the strikeout. And so McHugh comes in and strikes out 2 of the 3 outs that he produces. Gives up a couple of hits, but Miami can't get anyone around. So we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Sulcer's going to have to be pulled here. He had a kind of a long machining there. So let's go ahead and find a new pitcher for Miami. New pitcher for Miami is Tanner Scott. Scott got into the game in real life, so not sure what he is. I guess he's a right-hander, but I don't know. Let's check that out. Tanner Scott is a lefty. So Sulcer comes in for 1 inning, and now they're going to bring in Scott as Mattingly is going deep into his bullpen, which has been pretty good this year. Scott can go 4 batters. He definitely reached his limit. McHugh can go 6. He's only faced 5, so we'll see how things go. I suppose if the Braves get a run here, they're going to bring in Jansen for the save. And let's go with get a new pitcher here. This is going to be Tanner Scott, the lefty for Miami. 2-2 ball game, bottom of the 8th inning. And let's see if the Braves have any magic here. It's going to be d'Arnaud, Olson, and Contreras. So 3 pretty good hitters coming up for the Braves. That's a 4-6. 4-6 to a 0 is going to be a strikeout. And so Scott comes in and gets a strikeout. Brings up Matt Olson. Olson is a 33 batting runs. In this game, he's 1 for 3. That's a 3-3. And Scott is a 3-5-3. So he's coming just in this column here. So no single there. And let's see what happens with the 3-3. 3-3 is going to be a 2-bagger as Olson gets a hold of one and laces it into the gap in right center field. And now the Braves are in business. They have Contreras up. He's 2 for 3. And I know we're rolling dice, but we'll see if he's got the hot hand. That's a 2-4. 2-4 to a 13 is going to be a strikeout. Or a double play. No double play situation here. So we go with the K. And that's going to be out number 2. And that brings up Adam Duvall. Adam Duvall. Let's see. I'm not real comfortable with that minus 13 number. Let's see who the Braves used. The Braves did bring in Acuna. They did bring in Acuna. Acuna can play center field. Let's go ahead and pinch hit for Duvall with Acuna, who had the night off. So actually he's going to be, let's just insert him into center field. Let me look up Acuna's numbers here real quick. Go back to the top. And Ronald is 28 batting runs, so definitely an upgrade here. 28 minus 7. So an upgrade, definitely in the hitting spot. A little bit of a downgrade as a defender, but still the same kind of speed. He's got an opportunity for an RBI here, and he's going to be batting out of this 3rd batting column. So this feels like a big moment in the game. As Tanner Scott comes in, he's got 2 down, 2 quick strikeouts, and a double from Matty Olson. And we got a pinch hitter here. Actually, he's just coming in the game, so let's just give him a little different bracket here. And feels like a big moment in the game. Let's see how this plays out. This is going to be Tanner Scott, the lefty, against Acuna, the right-hander coming off the bench. He'll be playing center field after this. And here is the at-bat. That's a 1-6. It'll be a fly ball to deep right field down the line. And it is Anderson in the corner, and he stretches and makes the play. Huge out for the Fish. And the Braves don't get anything. After a double from Olson, Atlanta can't manage to bring him home. Let's go ahead and keep McHugh in the game. He's pitching well. He's got 2 strikeouts. He did give up a couple of hits, but he's got the bottom of the order coming up. We're praying that lightning doesn't strike twice with Anderson, but it'll be Anderson, Stallings, and Sanchez in the top of the 9th inning. That's a 1-5, 1-5 to a 10. 1-5 to a 10. It's going to be a ground ball. 2 Dansby Swanson. 1 step to his right. He plants, he throws, and he gets the runner at first base. It's going to be Stallings now, the catcher. There's a 5-6. 5-6 is going to be a strikeout off of McHugh's column, as he gets another strikeout on a slider. And here's a 2-3. 2-3 to Sanchez, who is a 4. 2-3 be ground out to Ozzie, and we'll do an error check. No error. Ozzie smooth and up with it over to first for out number 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning. So good job by McHugh as he comes in for 2 innings, and he shuts down the Miami offense. So what do we have here? We've got Travis Demerit coming up, and then back to the top of the order with Swanson and Albie. Swanson 2 for 4. Albie's 0 for 4. And let's go and find a new pitcher for Miami. And Miami is going to bring in Who are they going to bring in? We don't have save numbers on these projections, so Richard Blyer. They got a lot of guys just into the second column, and Blyer, I believe, is a right-hander. He did not get into the game, so I don't know. Don't even know if he's really available. I think he's a right-hander, we'll say it. Scott goes 1 inning. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and then we're into the bottom of the 9th inning here. It's crunch time, and Demerit is up. He is 3 for 3. Look at this guy. 3 for 3 with an RBI. He's got a run scored. And can he come up big for Atlanta? Blyer is a 3.57. Again, with 4 batters faced. And this is going to be the right-hander Blyer. He'll be pitching out of this column, and he'll be facing off against Demerit. Travis Demerit. Here's a 3.5. 3.5 to a -4. That's going to be a strikeout. So Demerit goes down for the first time in this game. And that will bring up Dansby Swanson. Swanson 2 for 4. He's got 2 consecutive singles in 2 at-bats. This will be a fly ball to center field. So they get him here. And last chance here in the 9th inning is Ozzie Albies. That's a 4-6. 4-6 to a 7 is going to be a strikeout. And that will be out number 3. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves. So good job from Blyer as he comes in and throws an inning. We're going to get a new pitcher for the Braves as we head to extra innings. A little free baseball here. So let's see who the Braves have here. Let's bring in Spencer Strider. He's got a little bit of length to him. I'm just playing it the old way. I'm not putting a runner at second base or anything. Actually, I guess we can. We can play that way. 334. He can go 14 batters. So let's see if Strider can come in and take care of business. 334 and 14 batters. Okay, Spencer Strider, the young right-hander, who just comes in and throws gas. So he'll be facing off against Miggy Rojas, Birdie, and Cooper. The runner at second base is going to be Sanchez. So I don't know how to mark this. It's just like this. I don't even know how you score extra innings starting with the runner at second base. But we'll do that. We'll make something up. How about that? All right, Spencer Strider, nobody out. Runner at second base. Miggy Rojas up. There's a 4-5. 4-5 to a -5 is going to be a fly ball to center field. And that'll be out number 1. Still runner at second base. And it's going to bring up Birdie. Birdie is 0 for 3. He's got 3 ground outs and a line out. That's a 3-4 to a 7. Could be trouble. 3-4 to a 7 is going to be a double. And that is big trouble. So that's a 2-bagger. And that run is going to come around to score. That's going to be an RBI double for Birdie. And the Fish take a 3-2 lead. Just like that. And replace that man at second base. Only 1 out. Runner at second base still with Cooper at the plate. That's a 6-6. 6-6 to a 14. And that'll be a long single. His speed is only a 5, so that's going to be a base knock for him. But that is going to score Birdie from second base. And he scores on the single. And so that's going to be a 4-2 lead now. Not so good for Strider. That's a 2-5 to a 16. 2-5 to a 16 is going to be a fly ball with an error check. That's to center field. No error on Acuna as he makes the play. And that'll be out number 2. And it's going to be Joey Window. That's a 4-6 to a 5. 4-6 to a 5 will be a strikeout. and Spencer Strider does blow him away with the fastball. But not before Miami gets 2 runs. So we'll say 2. Miami gets 2 runs in, is that right? Yeah, there were 2 here. So I should just do this just to indicate. I don't really know how to do these extra inning score sheets. Maybe somebody can point me in a good direction here. But we get 2 runs for the Marlins in the top of the 10th. And let's go and bring in another pitcher for the Marlins. Let's see who we got here. Like I said, I don't have any save numbers here. But let's see if the Marlins have someone just lights out. Pablo Lopez. Let's go with Lopez. Lopez, 8 Ks per 9 innings. But he's a starter. We won't do that. I think I've burned all their really good ones here. So let's bring in Steven Okert. He's going to try to save the game for him. Okert. I don't even know what Okert is. What is he? Steven Okert. He came in and got a hold in the actual game. So let's see what he is a lefty. Okert. Sorry, I'm not as familiar with the Marlins. We only played them a handful of times here. So we get 1 inning from Blyer. Bring in a new pitcher. It's going to be Okert. He'll be facing off against Ozuna, Riley, and d'Arnaud. So not an easy row to hoe here. And Ozuna is due. Really, this is going to be Albies at second base. And just to know, his speed is a 6. So just remembering that as well, as we might have to try and score him. There's a 2-5 to A1. It's worth noting that Okert is, what is he? Let's know which column to bring him out of. Okert 392 and 4 batters faced is what he can do. Okay, so 392. This is a 2-5. 2-5 is coming. He'll be pitching out of the second column. 2-5 to A1 is going to be a fly ball. This is a fly ball to center field. Let's do an error check. No error on the center fielder. So with Riley coming up, we're not going to chance it here. There's a pretty good chance that Riley can get a base hit. He's 1 for 3 or 1 for 4 on the day, and we'll see how it goes with him. So 1 down. Runner at second base, and it's going to be Riley against Okert. So the lefty with the pitch, it's a 1-4. A 1-4 here is going to be a base knock. So we get a base hit, and that's right up the middle, and that's going to push the runner to third. And let's go ahead and try to score Albies. A 1 to a 6 is going to be a score. 7, 8, or 9, he's out, and he is safe at the plate. So the Braves do get an RBI from Riley. We have a runner at first base, Travis d'Arnaud. The catcher is up. He's 0 for 3. He does have a walk. That's going to be a 2-3. That's a ground out. Ground out with an error check. So grounder to the catcher. The catcher is Stallings. He's a plus defender. Doesn't make the error. And so we're going to go ahead and assume that out at second base. They're going to go 2-6-3 possibly. So this could be a game-ending double play. d'Arnaud runs at a 5. 1 to 5, he's safe. 6 to 9, he is out, and the game is going to be over. So it's 2 outs here. And they do turn it 2-6-3 to end the ball game, and look at that. And your final score is 4-3 in 10 innings as the Marlins turn a double play 2-6-3 to end the ball game. And look at that. All right, so this is a good one, and let me go ahead and tally up the results, and we'll come back with the totals after that. All right, and we're back with the totals. The line score is Miami 4 runs on 9 hits. They did have 1 error. The Braves 3 runs on 11 hits and no errors. I'm sorry, that should be the other way around. Miami with 0. Atlanta with 1. An error here on demerit in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the 6th inning. So led to this run here. And Miami gets 2 in the 10th. The Braves come back with 1, but they hit into a 2-6-3 double play to end the ball game. I didn't do the stolen bases here. Oh, I got 1 for 1. I thought someone was caught stealing, but maybe not. Okay. All right. Notables for Miami, 1 for 5 is John Birdie. He did have the go-ahead double, so in the 10th inning, so he started the scoring off. Then Cooper hit the single that was the game winner. Cooper 1 for 5. 2 for 4 for Anderson. He did have a bomb in the 2nd inning, sole home run. He got caught stealing once. And Rogers goes 5 innings, 6 hits, gives up only 2 runs, 2 walks and 2 Ks, so 2s are wild here. Look at this Marlins bullpen. Came in and covered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 innings, gave up only 5 hits and 1 run over 5 innings, and so they came in and definitely did the job. You can see their FIPs are all in the 3.5 to 4 range, so good quality pitching coming out of the bullpen. Similar for the Braves. Anderson goes 6 innings, takes a no decision, 3 hits, only 2 runs given up, 7 Ks and 1 walk. He was really working the Ks, especially through the first couple of innings. Minter comes in for an inning. McHugh comes in for 2. Neither of them give up runs, and Spencer Strider, the rookie, comes in the 10th and gives up 2. Gives up a double and a single, and just like that, the Braves give up 2 runs, and he takes the loss. Blyer gets the win in this one, and Okert picks up a save. For the Braves, it's 2 for 5 for Dansby Swanson, but he couldn't come around to score. There's a lot of that going on, a lot of hits and not a lot of scoring. So we just had the 3 runs here. Big day for Travis Demerit, 3 for 4. Runs scored. He had an RBI single here in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th inning. And Duvall, 0 for 2, but he did have a steal. He got on base via a walk. Acuna came in to bat in a big situation in the 8th inning and couldn't come through, and stayed in to play center field. 2 for 4 for Olsen, 2 for 4 for Contreras, 2 for 5 for Riley, who did have an RBI. He knocked in the lone run in the 10th inning. But the Braves do come up short in this one. I'm not going to assign any player of the game because it doesn't feel like any player of the game to me. It's kind of a good game, but nobody stood out to me, so I'm not going to assign a player of the game. But this is the Braves Instant Replay. This was played on May 27th. The real game was a 6-4 win, the Braves over the Marlins. And the next game up will be... Boy, I don't even know. The next replay game is going to be Arizona. So the Braves head out west, and they have a 3-game set with Arizona, a 3-game set or 4-game set with Colorado, and so we'll get those this next week probably. So this is our Braves Instant Replay. If you want to get access to the roster sheets, the projected roster sheets, just sign up. I guess ask to join the Facebook group. There's an On Base Baseball Facebook group where you can share your game scores and score sheets and get news and things like that, and connect with others who are playing On Base Baseball. I'll put the link in the description of the video. You can go there and ask to join. We're up to about 40 or 50, around 50 members of the group, and so it's a pretty good group. But I'm sharing the projected roster sheets exclusively on the Facebook group. So if you want to be able to play these roster sheets, then I'm updating them with each series that I play. This one I missed a few series here because of vacation, and so I'm going to be using the same ones updated up to June 4th to play these next 2 games. But right now, I just posted them this morning. They are updated as of June 4th, and you can literally take these and play out the rest of the season if you wanted to. Or you can play along like I am, where the Zips projections are changing every day. And so as those daily changes are made, I'm recreating new roster sheets. You can also go back on the group and download some from May or April or whatever you want to do, and start playing from there. So however you want to do it, you can do it, because I'm not overriding anything. I'm just giving you the roster sheets updated each time, so you can actually go back in time a little bit and see. You can compare, how your favorite players are doing over time, and paying attention to how these numbers are changing over time has been pretty cool too. So Ozuna is doing better, Riley is doing better, Contreras is definitely doing better, Duvall keeps sliding, Demerit has been sliding a little bit, Albies is sliding a little bit, Swanson is gaining. So you can see how these players their performance is causing their batting runs to go up and down, and things are evening out a little bit more. They're up to a couple hundred at bats, 250. So the players are evening out a little bit. All right, I think that is it from here. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like or subscribe. Like the video or subscribe to the channel. It's very helpful to getting more people to see On Base Baseball, and I appreciate those who have already liked and subscribed to the videos. Okay, Trevor Rogers, Ian Anderson, Miami over Atlanta 4-3. That's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.